Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you to our Sueur regular city council meeting dated Tuesday, May 26, 2026. Meeting a day later, of course, because of the Memorial holiday. At this time, I'll call the meeting to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council members, you were presented your packets over the weekend. Hopefully you had time to look them over. Reach out with any questions. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve tonight's agenda. So moved. Councilmember Huntington.
Second.
Seconded by, point over here, Councilmember Williams. Any other discussion, comments, concerns? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Ayes have it. Moving on to consent agenda. All items on consent agenda are considered routine, have been made available to the city council at least 2 days in advance of this meeting. These items will be enacted in one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member or citizen so requests, in which event item will be removed from the agenda and considered in normal sequence. Mr. Roby, you want to review these ones, please?
Yes, thank you. First is approval of the city council minutes from the May 11th, 2026 regular meeting. Next is approval of disbursements through today. Included in those disbursements are 6 items over $25,000. The first is the Hyman Fire Equipment, payment for the fire department brass rig, which was approved for order back in 2024, $96,630. Second to Minnesota Department of Revenue, April 2026 city sales tax, $48,478. Next, Axon Enterprises Incorporated, Taser body worn camera and fleet contracts that were budgeted for 2026, $39,283.57. Next to Ridgeview Medical Center, grant and state aid pass-throughs. There were a couple of items that Ridgeview received grants for related to the ambulance service because the city of Sueur is the holder of the ambulance license. The funds came to the city of Sueur. We passed them that on to Ridgeview Medical Center, 1-for-1. Next to AE2S, engineering for the water treatment plant rehabilitation, $30,165.25. And finally, the waste management, April 2026 refuse and recycling services, $27,122.51. Item C, approve 2026-2027 liquor license renewals. Item D is to accept a bench donation at Bruce Frank Field honoring the late Bob Johnson, KRBI Radio. Item E is approved declaration of surplus items and equipment. Item F is a personnel action, hiring full-time officers in the police department that would bring us to fully staffed position in the police department. And item G is a personnel action, which is the hiring of seasonal employees for public services and recreation.
Thank you, Mr. Roby. That was pretty thorough. Anybody have any questions regarding the consent agenda? If there's no questions, I will entertain a motion to accept today's consent agenda. Second by Councilmember Schlueter. Any other discussion? Any other comments? Any other concerns? If not, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on to public comment. I don't believe we have anybody signed up tonight, so we will bypass that if we may. City Administrator update. Mr. Roby, what do you have for us?
I have a few items. First, to those listening at home, don't forget to sign up for Smart Hub. Next, we met with the Giant Days Committee last week to discuss preliminary preparations for the 2026 event. Minnesota River Valley Transit met on May 12th. The Planning Commission met on May 14th. Quick update, and Stacy posted it to social media earlier today on the 2025 Street Utility Improvements Project. Contractors are back at work this year doing turf reestablishment this week. They'll be paving the final bituminous asphalt layer in June. Public notice will be sent for the specific timing of that for the final lift of asphalt. The pool is ready and is opening Monday, June 1st. We have orientation for all of our pool seasonals later this week. Summer ice is going in the community center. I think they turned the compressors on for coolant this week or late last week. So the Hockey Association will be in there soon. Airport Commission, the next meeting will be before the next council meeting, which is Thursday, June 4th at 4:30 p.m. And we're planning on that meeting out at the airport at the snow removal equipment hangar out at the airport. And it times out that'll take place at the kickoff for the first ditch fly-in event. So we expect some heavier traffic Thursday at the Airport Commission. Staff are working to finalize the stormwater master plan. We're still anticipating right now a presentation to council in June when that's complete. If you drive down Bowright Street, you'll notice that Trout is out there working on the Well 7 rehabilitation project, which is kicked off. We're also working on some wastewater city code discussions, working with the city attorney to make some recommended changes to the wastewater city code, which would come in the form of an ordinance to the city council. I want to congratulate all of the local graduates over the last couple of weeks and thank all of our area veterans and family members of residents who gave the ultimate sacrifice. We remember them yesterday in Memorial Day and had a very nice Memorial Day service at the park yesterday. And then just to everyone, there's more bikes and pedestrians. School is out. Please be safe. Please be careful. And our next meeting will be Monday, June 8th.
Thank you, Mr. Roby. Appreciate your report. Anybody have any questions regarding his report? If not, that'll take us into the regular agenda. And we're going to start off on agenda item 7A, resolution of our 2026-034, the lease agreement with Sueur EDA. Mr. Roby, you want to give us a summary?
Yes, the EDA acted on this lease agreement earlier this evening. Former playground area at Park Elementary School, now owned by the Sueur EDA. And the EDA is going through an environmental assessment of the school building right now with no immediate plans for the playground area itself. We're referring to it as North Legion because it's not Legion Park, but it's to the north of Legion Park. And the more time that passes between the school closing and the current time, the more awkward it is to say, the old playground at Park School. And since we're defining it in a lease agreement here, we'll just colloquially call it North Legion. It's been used by the public for nearly a century for recreational purposes. The public, we believe, still intends to, and we know they are still using it, using playground equipment in the green space. And its adjacency to Legion Park would serve as a nice extension of Legion Park until such time that the EDA would take some other action. Again, there are no immediate plans to take that playground out of use, but in the meantime, as long as the EDA owns it, it would make sense for the city. If the city wants to use it as a public park space to formally lease it from the EDA, then the rights and responsibilities are codified. It would allow the city to operate North Legion as a public park, and it's a renewable one-year term. And resolution has been drafted in conjunction with this. Again, the EDA did vote to approve this at their meeting earlier tonight. Notably, Councilmember Sullivan abstained from voting at the EDA. Councilmember Schleger did vote at the EDA, so would be abstaining from any vote to consider the lease agreement at the meeting today.
Anybody have any questions regarding this subject? And then all liability is covered there also in that area of the city?
Yes, and the EDA's property is covered under the same, any EDA property is covered under the same umbrella policy that the city's policy is. So it effectively means that the city will, we've already gotten a question, and maybe more than one question that's come through the recreation department asking, hey, can I have a birthday party and use the playground equipment by Park School? And so, well, the EDA technically has to give permission to do that. So it seems a little cleaner to formally have the city be leasing the space at no cost, no cash cost, the city or Public Works would cut the grass and maintain the equipment, but they can't make any modifications. City can't modify the playground in any way unless they ask the EA for permission.
Thank you. That'll become a vital space also during Giant Celebration.
Yes.
Anybody else have any other questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adopt resolution R 2026-034 as presented.
So moved.
Councilmember Huntington, Councilmember Williams seconded. We'll take a vote one at a time. That's okay. Councilmember Huntington,
Yes.
Councilmember Schleter,
Abstain.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilmember Williams,
Yes.
Mayor Kirby, yes. The ayes have it. Thank you. Moving on to resolution R 2026-035, that's 2026-2027 collective bargaining agreement for the electrical division. Mr. Bowden.
The International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 49, is the formal representative of certain employees within the city's electric utility. And I say certain employees because the manager of the electric department is a non-union employee, but all of our linemen are union employees. And they've been under a contract with the, represented by the IUOE Local 49 for a number of years now. The previous 2-year labor agreement expired at the end of 2025. We've continued negotiating through this spring. Parties have both negotiated in good faith on terms of a new 2-year agreement to expire December 31st, 2027. And a resolution has been prepared in addition to the agreement itself for council consideration.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adopt resolution R 2026-035 as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilmember Sullivan.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Huntington. Any other questions, comments, concerns? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Ayes have it. Moving on to 7C, which is resolution R 2026-036, the 2026-2027 collective bargaining agreement with Water and Waste Division. Pretty similar.
It is similar, yes. The IUOE Local 49 also represents certain employees within the water and wastewater utility. I know everyone on council knows this, but if anyone's watching from home and is uncertain why it's 2 departments, our operators and managers within the water department also are also the employees of the wastewater department. So our water operators have wastewater licenses as well. So it's technically 2 job functions within one organizational department. Manager and supervisor within this department are non-union, so this covers all of our water and wastewater operators within that joint department. Similar to the electric utility, the water wastewater labor agreement was a 2-year agreement expiring December 31st, 2025. Both city and the bargaining unit have negotiated in good faith on terms of a new 2-year agreement, retroactive to January 1st, 2026, expired December 31st, 2027.
Thank you. Anybody? Questions, comments? Not, I will entertain a motion to adopt resolution R 2026-036 as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilmember Huntington.
Second.
Councilmember Sullivan seconded. Any other comments, concerns? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The ayes have it. Moving into reports and items of appreciation. Council members, it's your opportunity to share what's going on in your community, to share what's going on in your commissions. As always, Mr. Councilmember Huntington will begin with you.
Okay. As part of the appreciation, what I want to do is actually, if it's possible, I'd like to read the consent agenda. Bob Johnson, little blurb we have, or paragraph we have regarding Bob Johnson, because a lot of people in this town who are probably watching don't know who he was. A lot of us know who he was. And I had the privilege of knowing him, Rotarian with him. So if you don't mind, I'll read what it says in our consent agenda regarding Bob Johnson. Bob Johnson, dad of Don Marzo, Tammy Johnson, and Rick Johnson, purchased KBR radio in 1959. In 1966, Bob began to do his play-by-play of Sueur High School sports, plus Gustavus Adolphus College sports. During his 54 years in radio, he did more than 2,300 live play-by-play high school and college sporting events. He was involved in many Sueur community organizations, including chairman of the Sueur's Corner of the Curb Festival, United Way Drive, founder of the Muscular Dystrophy Radiothon, the March of Dimes, member of the Rotary Club of Sueur for over 40 years, president of the Sueur Chamber of Commerce, and a member of the First Lutheran Church of Sueur for over 60 years. Bob was known as the voice of the Valley and was inducted in the Minnesota Broadcasters Hall of Fame in 2013. Bob and Lois were friends of Bruce Frank and his wife, and a bench near the sports field in Sueur will be a wonderful memory for a man who gave much to Sueur in the area. The bench will be installed in the corner behind the shelter and near the fence to provide a seating area out of the way of foot traffic with a great view of the ball field.
That's what I have for tonight. Thank you, Councilmember Huntington. Thank you for remembering Bob Johnson. That was a nice tribute you did. Thank you. Moving on to Councilmember Schneider.
I attended a planning commission meeting on the 14th. One item of note on that is they've made changes to the chicken ordinance, that they're going to be having a public hearing at the next planning commission meeting. Prior to tonight's meeting, I attended the EDA meeting and a Region 9 budget meeting. And there's a Sueur County officials meeting tomorrow night in the center.
Thank you. Councilmember Smith.
I have attended in the last couple of weeks a planning commission meeting, an HRA meeting, a personal and budget meeting, and an EDA meeting earlier tonight. I also participated in a webinar that talked about municipal credit ratings. I've met and talked with several residents in the last couple of weeks, and this morning I attended a county commissioner meeting where data centers were discussed.
Thank you. Thank you. Moving on, Councilmember Sullivan.
Nothing.
Nothing tonight. Councilmember Williams.
Last week was the HRA meeting, and I just say good luck to all the Sir Henderson High School athletes that are continuing on in their luck with going forward, and wish them well.
Thank you. I did attend the Memorial Day service at the park the other day, and it gave us an opportunity to honor some veterans, some heroes. But the guy who saved the day yesterday was Shane Meyer. We got up there, we had no electricity, and had the flag up for the last. So, and they had to have a key to get it done. So I called him, and he came over and kind of helped us out on his day off. So I want to thank Shane for doing that. And also want to thank our veterans for everything they've done for us. That's all I have. So with that, we'll move into agenda item 9, which would be the city administrator's performance review. And with that, we will entertain a motion, as always, to talk about personnel to close that meeting.
So moved.
Councilmember Schneider, second by Councilmember Sullivan. Any other discussion, comments, concerns? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The ayes have it. This meeting is now closed. As soon as Joe has everything ready.
Make you the keeper of the documents, okay? Don't.
Yep.
I'm gonna give those to you. They all need to be signed.
I'm going to bring us back in. This is for closed session. So
That'll be the next one, so I'll just look back at the slide and
okay.
we're back in on the.
We'll bring it up to close the meeting, and then it's open now.
We're now open.
Okay. So with that, the last item on our city council agenda today is the city administrator's performance review. The council had an opportunity to visit during a closed session. We got to visit our city administrator, Mr. Joseph Roby, talking about his review, his 360 review of the staff of the city council. We all made some recommendations and talked openly about his performance. And with that, does anybody have anything else to share before I entertain a motion?
Well, I would like to discuss it a little bit more before you actually make it.
Go ahead.
Well, I know you had said 5.25%, and I'm not against a raise, but most of our residents in Sueur are living on fixed incomes. The social security cost of living adjustment was 2.8%. Minnesota raised the minimum rate by 2.6%. I did a Google or whatever search today, and the Minnesota annual merit and cost of living salary increase for general workforce was between 3.5% and 4.1%. I also have been told that we're pretty similar to Cannon Falls, and I called the city administrator over there today, and his raise last year was 3%. So I do believe that 5% or anything over 3% is way too high.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I agree with Wendy.
With that, I will make the first motion that we award Mr. Roby a 5.25% increase in his salary for the next year. Somebody to second that motion? Thank you, Councilmember Williams has seconded that motion. Any other discussion, comments, concerns? If not, all those in favor, we can take this one at a time. Councilmember Huntington?
No.
Councilmember Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Kirby, yes. Mr. Sullivan? Yes. Mr. Schluter?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
No.
That is 2 noes and 4 yeses. The action will carry. And with that, I will now entertain a motion to close this meeting.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.